This is me, and this is my sister, Annie. She's 28, mom to 2 cats, freelance designer, and part-time grad student.
There's just something about freelancing. I feel a lot of creative freedom.
She's also had chronic back pain, neck pain, and migraines for as long as she can remember. She has health insurance through Obamacare, and without it, there's no way she could afford all of her doctor's appointments and medications. And because she doesn't have to depend on an employer for her insurance, she's able to work for herself.
The flexibility works really well with being able to make my appointments around my work schedule.
On election night, my first thought was, what does this mean for my sister?
Donald Trump, elected president of the United States.
And for the 22 million other people who get their health insurance through Obamacare.
Today, after over a year of debate, health insurance reform becomes law in the United States of America.
And we're going to try to repeal this.
There's only one way to truly fix Obamacare, and that's a full repeal.
Can we replace this law completely in the next presidency, in the next Congress? That is our goal, and the answer is yes, we can.
When we win on November 8th, we will be able to immediately repeal and replace Obamacare.
Obamacare is a big law with lots of different parts. And there are some parts that Trump and the Republicans in Congress say they want to keep. For example, before Obamacare, companies could refuse to sell insurance to people with lots of health problems. Obamacare says they can't do that anymore, and Trump and the Republicans say they want to keep it that way. The problem is, this piece of the law that they like, that they want to keep, it only works because of another piece of the law that they don't like, a piece that they've promised to get rid of.
We'll get rid of the individual mandate.
That's the part of the law that says you have to have health insurance or pay a fine. For health insurance to be affordable, you need a lot of healthy people to sign up for every one sick person. That's because health insurance is worth more to sick people, and they'll pay more for it, which pushes up premiums for everybody else. The healthy people in the pool consume less health care, and that helps keep the cost down. If Trump and the Republicans get rid of the individual mandate, which they say they will, a bunch of healthy people are going to stop buying insurance. Premiums will go up, and more healthy people will leave, until all that's left are sick people who are really expensive to cover. Without a bunch of healthy people to offset that cost, insurance companies will pull out of the marketplace. We know this because in some places, it was already happening before the election. Too many healthy people were choosing the fine over health insurance, and as a result, states like Alabama and Oklahoma only have one insurance plan on the market. Without competition, premiums shot up last year. And if Trump and the Republicans get rid of the individual mandate, we'll likely see this happen in other states, like Texas, where my sister lives. So what might her life look like under the Republican replacement for Obamacare? Right now, Obamacare makes it illegal for insurance companies to charge her more just because she has health problems. Under Paul Ryan's plan, that changes. Insurance companies would be allowed to charge her more if she ever let her coverage lapse. Instead of forcing insurance companies to offer affordable plans to people like my sister, Paul Ryan's plan would fund high-risk pools. These are insurance plans specifically for people with lots of health problems. But we don't know exactly who would be eligible for them. These pools were around before Obamacare, and without healthy people to balance out the sick people, these plans end up being about twice as expensive for participants. Paul Ryan's plan does call for refundable tax credits to help offset those costs. Congressional Republicans have tried getting rid of the individual mandate before, but those votes were largely symbolic. But it's real now.
And we are now talking about how we're going to hit the ground running.
My sister has built a life for herself where she can take professional risks, go back to school, be her own boss, and not have to rely on an employer for her health insurance. Now she and 22 million others are asking how long that will last.